Yo, what up, everybody? So, I'm going to give you guys a quick 101 fat loss. So that way you can build your confidence. Because let's be real, you guys are all here because you don't like the way that you look and feel, and you want to feel better, and you want to have more self-confidence, and you want to get a hot body that's going to make you feel good about yourself, correct? Yes. Well, there's a science behind it. There's a formula behind it. And if you don't execute the formula, you don't get it. Okay. So these bodies right here that you're seeing right here on the screen, okay, this is nothing but just having low body fat levels. Okay. All you guys got abs. Okay. All you ladies got sexy stomachs like this. If you can't see this, it just means your body fat is too high because you have been overeating for years, decades, your entire lives in most of your cases, right? Because you picked up terrible nutritional habits from your parents, right? We all did, right? So I'm going to give you a little 101, okay? Fat loss 101, okay? So here is basically the rule of thumb when it comes to losing body fat. So that way you feel good about who you are. You feel good in your skin. You feel sexy. You feel good naked, right? We want that too, right? The body only burns body fat whenever it is forced to by you creating a specific environment within your body. Okay, so I'm going to dumb this down super dummy style for you so that way you get it. Okay, so your body's burning calories 24/7. So if you ever hear anybody say that, like, oh, your metabolism slowed down, bullshit. Okay, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Okay, walk away from that person. Okay, it's not that your metabolism slowed down; it's that your calorie intake increased and your work decreased. Okay, you moved less, ate more. Period. Okay, now very easy to get fat when you're not working out, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, now watch this. Your body's burning calories 24/7. We have what's known as BMR. Okay, this is known as your basal metabolic rate. Okay, you are burning calories 24/7, 365. If it stops, you die. Did you hear what I said? If your body stops burning calories, you die. Okay, so you are literally burning 24/7. Now, the average female is going to burn, this is 5'3", is going to burn about 1,300 calories a day just to survive. Okay. The average dude is going to be about 2,000. Okay. Now, so you have your BMR. Now, whenever you have your BMR, now the way that the body works is anytime that you consume more food than you burned. Okay. So take this, like, think of it like your car. Okay. If your gas tank is full, and then you stuff more gas into your tank, what happens? It spills over. Okay? Spills over all over the ground. That's basically body fat. That's calories. Okay? When you overeat, which is very easy to do if you're not training every single day. That means if you eat more, ladies, than your 1,300 calories, let's say you eat 1,400 calories, right? If you eat 1,400 calories and you don't work out, guess what? You get fatter. And 1,400 calories ain't shit. Okay. Same applies to you dudes. You don't work out and you eat more than 2,000 calories, you getting fatter. Okay. And that ain't shit. Right. So this is why it's important that you actually train 7 days a week and burn calories, because what you're trying to do is, for one, you want to be able to eat your deficit amount of calories, right? Your deficit amount of calories. Now, for most of you ladies that are trying to lose fat, you're going to need to be doing like 1,500 on average. Some of you 12, 13, 14 within, couple hundred calories. Okay. The average dude's going to need about 2,200. Okay. Now, since your body's burning calories all day, now whenever you add in working out, you're feeling this gap, right? Now the guys are taking their burn to 3,000 plus for the day because they're dudes and they have testosterone and they have muscle. And now you ladies are hitting about 2K a day. Okay. You're working out every single day and you're training hard. Okay. Now, whenever it comes to burning body fat, okay, we already discussed that if you overconsume, you gain fat, right? Which is why you need to be working out every day, especially on the weekends, because you guys blow this on the weekends, every single weekend. If we have time, I'll show you what I'm talking about towards the end of this. But anyways, this is basically what it looks like. Okay. So this is what your body looks like after a day of burning calories, right? You're at 2K, you're at 3K. All right. Now, what happens is for you ladies, the average chick, like I said, is going to need about 1,500 calories or less to burn body fat, right? Now, you see this gap right here? See this gap? This right here, you burn in here, right? You're at 2,000, but you only ate 1,500. That means there's a 500 calorie deficit. Okay. This is your deficit. This area right here is the fat burn zone. Your body, listen to what I'm saying here. If you do not create a calorie deficit, you do not lose an ounce of body fat. Even if you're eating 0 carbs, even if you're eating nothing but meat, even if you're keto, carnivore, paleo, whatever it is, if you don't create a calorie deficit, you are not going to lose an ounce of body fat. Okay? So for those of you guys that aren't losing body fat, this is why. You're not creating a deficit ever. Okay? And even when you do, most of you are blowing it on the weekends. Okay? And it's totally voiding out all the hard work that you do during the week. Okay. Same thing with you dudes. And the average dude, like I said, and he's about 2,200, right? And he's going to be putting out 3, right? This is how much he's burning, right? So this whole gap right here, body fat, right? Now you do this consistently day after day after day after day. And that is how we get here. Okay. That is how we get here. All right. That is basically the little rules of fat loss. That's literally all you got to do is make sure that you hit your macros every day, you limit your calorie intake, and you burn. It's literally just 2 things, okay? And if you do that consistently, guess what? See that? This is what your stomach look like, okay? When you get all that fat off of it, okay? You're going to get some nice lines in your stomach because you got low body fat levels, right? So if you can't see the lines in your stomach, the abs, body fat's too high, period. Okay. So you can't see them in your legs, in your arms, body fat's too high, period. You already have it. All the lines are already there. All the muscles are already there. Everything that you want is already there except for one thing. Okay. And that's significant amount of muscle size. For example, like dudes who want big shoulders and chest, that's going to take years to develop, right? But even then, you'll still never see them until you get your body fat levels down low enough that you actually can see the muscles, right? Which is for men typically like single digit body fat. Okay. So for you ladies, you're not going to see the lines in your shoulders, your legs, or anything until you start getting to low teens. Okay. Low teens body fat. Okay. You're not going to start to see any of that till you get there. Right. So that's basically the little rule of thumb. Right. So you want to look like her. Typically, that's going to be around like 13%. That's like the sweet spot for most girls. If you want to look like him, this is going to be about like 5 to 6% for most guys. Okay. 5 to 6%. Okay. That's basically what those look like for most people. Okay. And that's the simple rules of fat loss. Right. So that's basically why it's important that you hit your macros. So now let me give you a little quick little education on why macros are so important. Okay. So we have 3 different macronutrients. Okay. And here's the sweet spot right here where the abs are found. Okay. That's the sweet spot. Okay. You have carbs. You have your protein. Oops. What the heck? That's supposed to be a P. Let me erase that. Let's see. Let's get that out of there. Get my pen back. Okay. This is going to be a P. And then this is going to be fats. All right. Now, when it comes to you hitting your calorie amount, okay, let's say for you ladies to hit 1,500, okay, for you dudes to hit 2,200, okay, in order to hit your calorie deficit, okay, in order to hit your calorie deficit, you have to slash the calories out of something, okay? So you have to cut the calories either out of the carbs, your proteins, or your fats in order to create the calorie deficit that is going to force your body to burn fat. Now, if I was to ask you, which one of these do we cut from? I mean, really, ideally, I mean, you could cut from all 3 of these and do a very, very balanced one, right? You could, okay? It's not going to be as effective as if you do it the way that I'm about to teach you, though, okay? So when it comes to creating calorie deficit, and this is what I teach my dudes, right? And my girls, and the ones that look lean, stay lean, live lean, get ripped really, really fast, okay? This is how we do it, all right? Right here. So your carbs, these are your macros, protein, carbs, and fat. You eat a specific amount to hit your calorie goals, okay? Now, in order to create the calorie deficit, we slash carbs. Okay. Why? Why do we slash carbs? Okay. A couple main reasons. Number one, carbs are inessential. That means you do not need them. You can 100% live without. I haven't had carbs in 2 weeks, people. Do I look like I'm about to die? Do I sound like I'm low on energy and I'm struggling in life? No, I'm setting PRs and doing all kinds of crazy shit every day. Okay. I haven't had carbs in 2 weeks. Okay. I won't be eating them for another week. Okay. So anyways, so we cut the carbs, right? And then what you want to make sure you do is that when it comes to hitting your macros and your calories, you want to make sure you're getting it from primarily your protein and your fats. Okay. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Because protein and fats are essential macronutrients. Essential. Okay. You already know we just went through the past couple years and you talk about, these essential people and these non-essential. Okay. Carbs are non-essential. All right. Protein and fats are essential, meaning they are so essential that you have to have them, because if you don't, you can die. Literally die. Let me give you an example. Protein. Okay. Protein is the building blocks to every single thing in your body, from your brain to your bones to your hormones to your fingernails, your hair, your skin, everything is built from proteins. Okay. Everything built from proteins. All right. Now what happens is, and this is especially, it happens in like the vegan community and the plant-based community, right? Whenever they go plant-based, okay, which is one of the stupidest things you could ever, you don't even ever think about doing this. Okay. It's stupid. All right. What happens is that they actually cut out their protein intake, right? And then all they do is consume carbs, right? So now they have this high level carbohydrate intake. They're protein deficient. They're like mineral deficient, vitamin deficient, and so many things, right? But what happens to your body when you don't get enough protein? What happens? Do you know what happens when you don't get enough protein? Okay. Your body still has to rebuild, repair, still has to function, still has to build hair and skin and your nails, still has to build your hormones. It still has to build all these things, which your protein is the amino acids are the building blocks to this, right? So if you're not eating it, where's your body getting it from? I want you to think really deeply right now. If you don't eat protein, how is it going to get the amino acids, which are just what proteins are, just made up of like chains of amino acids? Okay. Where's it going to get its amino acids from? Your muscles. Okay. So if you don't eat it, okay, your body is going to start breaking down your muscles to get the amino acids it needs so it can survive, so it can function. Now, if your muscles are breaking down, what do you think is going to happen to your workouts? What do you think is going to happen to your mental health? What do you think is going to happen to your brain? What do you think is going to happen to your metabolism? What do you think is going to happen to everything within your body if you are breaking down internally? Because your body is taking the protein from your muscles to get what it needs to survive, right? Does that make any sense? Right? So you have to eat a significant amount of protein every single day. It is vital if you want to be one of these sexy bodies. Over here, protein is a priority. Okay. So this is why we slash carbs, right? And we focus on getting a significant amount of protein every day, right? Because it's a essential macronutrient. Now, let's talk about fats. Okay. This is the other good guy. Now, fats have been villainized for the past 50 years. Now, if you've never heard this before, I'm not really going to go down deep and down to this rabbit hole, but just know that the whole, back in the late 60s, early 70s, when they created the low-fat era, that entire study was cherry-picked and sponsored by the sugar industry. In other words, it was a lie, paid for by the sugar industry. You can literally go look this up on Google. Type in Google, sugar industry pays Harvard scientists to blame heart disease on fat. It's literally like public information you can find anywhere, right? So that whole thing was a lie. Okay. There's a reason why that there's this anti-meat agenda, because meat makes you strong. Meat makes you healthy. Meat makes you fertile. Okay. Which is the exact opposite of what these people want. Right. So anyways, let's go to fats now. Fats are very, very important. Now, why are fats important? Okay. Fats are very, very important because guess what your hormones are made out of? Guess what the cellular membranes and all your cells inside your body are made of? Okay. Made out of fats. Okay. Your brain is made out of fats. Cholesterol makes up tons of stuff in your body. Matter of fact, if you're going to the doctor and your doctor is testing your cholesterol, fire your doctor because that's proof they don't know shit about the human body. Okay. Doctors are not trained in nutrition. They are trained by the Rockefeller medical system to use drugs to treat your symptoms. Okay. They don't know shit about causes or cures. Okay. They're idiots. All right. So if your doctor's testing your cholesterol, like, oh my God, your cholesterol levels are high, fire your doctor because they're stupid. Cholesterol is healthy. Okay. Healthy. The majority of your body is made out of cholesterol. Okay. You need it. Cholesterol is vital. Now, if you have astronomically high levels, there's actually zero correlation between that and heart disease, by the way. Okay. But if you have astronomically high levels, that's a sign you are systemically inflamed. Okay, which is coming from a wrecked gut, which is coming from all the processed carbohydrates and sugar that you keep binging on. The same things that have made you fat are the same things that are causing your high cholesterol. Okay, it ain't coming from meat and eggs. 80% of the cholesterol in your blood comes from your own liver because it's so important for human health. Our liver produces it. Okay, it ain't coming from meat and eggs. Okay, your doctors are dumb. Okay, fire them. Okay, so fats are very, very important. Now, we do this especially for you guys, okay? Your protein and fats have to be on point. And the reason is testosterone. If you want your body to be able to produce high levels of testosterone, you've got to have your protein and fat intake on point at all times. And what I mean by on point is a minimum. This is minimums. 200 grams of protein, minimum 100 grams of fat a day. Okay. Are you going to be perfect every day? No, but just aim for that. Okay. That's the simple rule of thumb. Okay. Now for you ladies, it's not as important for you to be on point with your fats because you ain't got to worry about your testosterone levels like men do. Right. But it's vital for you to make sure you get your at least aim for 120 grams of protein. Right. And the reasons also why we do this too is because whenever you focus on getting your protein intake, which is what you should be eating first every single meal is protein. Okay. From animal sources, not shakes and bars and bullshit. Okay. When you're getting a significant amount of protein, you are naturally going to eat less calories. Okay. So if you aren't eating enough protein, you are constantly going to be craving crap. Okay. And if you're eating like carbs by themselves, which carbs, when I say carbs, I'm referring to fruit, right? Potatoes, rice, quinoa, beans. These are all carbs, right? If you eat these things by themselves, you are going to end up in a massive binge later, totally wrecking your blood sugar levels. Okay. You never do that. You always eat protein first every single meal. Okay. And ladies need 120 roughly, depending on your size. Okay. If you're a little bit smaller, you can get away with just 100, right? If you're a little taller, you can get away with, you need a little bit more, like 150, right? But 120 is like the sweet spot for most chicks, okay? 120 grams a day, right? Which is basically eating 3 times a day. It's 40 grams a meal, all right? So, so that's why these are important, and that's how we do this. So when it comes to you creating the calorie deficit, you got to make sure you're keeping your protein intake on point, right? Burning calories every day, right? And if you do this consistently, then what happens is you get sexy. Baby, you get sexy. Now, let me see if I have an image on my computer that shows you what most people do on the weekend, because I would like to actually show you that, but I don't know if I have it on here. Yeah, I don't think I have it on this computer. But the whole point I'm trying to make here is that it's all diet, okay? All this work that you're doing in the gym, if you don't dial in your food, you're never going to get results, period, okay? Your diet is 90%. You got to master this shit. Can't be fucking around. You got to focus on your food. Your food, like, okay, let me break it down to you this way. Okay. That confidence you want is only going to come from you mastering your food. Those insecurities that you have, they're only going to go away when you master your food. Okay. That how you look when you see yourself in photos, right? Or in a video, is only going to get better when you master your food. Okay. Your sexual attraction is only going to improve when you master your food, because it's 90%. So without you dialing this in, this is why I'm always talking about it. You follow me on social media, I'm always talking about food. Why am I always talking about food? How come I don't ever talk about working out? How come I don't ever talk about the greatest exercises to do to burn to burn fat or things like that? How come I don't ever talk about that stuff? You ever notice all I ever talk about is food? Because food is number one. If you don't master this skill, you're never getting there, period. All right. And one of the things that I'm going to hammer home with you right now that you have to understand is that when it comes to you achieving this goal, okay, right now, let me draw you a little picture because we all remember photos. Okay. Right now, this is you. Okay. You fat. Okay. Or fatter than you'd like to be. Okay. Now, in order for you to become like this, okay, this person has to die. Okay. What do I mean by that? They have to die. But see, you got this person. Okay. You gained all this body fat because of your habits. Okay. Your habits produced this result. Okay. The person you currently are right now, your level of your mindset, your skill set, your discipline, your habits built this person. Okay. The current person that you are right now has already produced the best thing it's going to produce. You're living in it. That is the best you're going to get. So what does that mean? This person has to die. Those habits have to die. The old behaviors have to die. The way that you currently eat has to die. The way that you are on the weekends where you get all crazy and you drink all the wrong shit, eat all the wrong shit, don't work out, you sleep in, you're totally just blowing all your results, that person has to die. And the new one has to be born, because a lot of you guys don't realize this, but this journey of getting fit, right? Feeling good about yourself, right? Getting more energy, getting more confidence, getting more self-esteem, having the energy to play with your kids, right? All these things are the result of personal development. You see, you've already produced the best person that you're going to get with your current mindset, skill set, habits, and behaviors. So in order for you to get to the next level, you have to develop yourself into that next level person. So let me ask you this. Think about it like this. What would the person that you want to become? Okay, think about this. Think about this. Let me give you a visual, okay? The person that you want to become, hot, sexy, full of energy, confident, vibing high, people respect them, they're high status people. What do you think they would be doing every morning when that alarm goes off and they're tired and they don't want to get out of bed to go to the gym? What do you think they would be doing? They'd get the fuck up and go to the gym, right? What do you think they do whenever it comes to food? They discipline themselves around food. They're tracking their macros. They're paying attention to every single thing they put in their body. They're limiting their calorie intake every day. What do you think they're doing about their workouts every day? Do you think they just come in and go through the motions, or do you think they come in and try and give their best effort, right? What do you think that they're doing every day? That is the way that you need to start behaving now. You need to start behaving like you are this person and make these behaviors your habits. You have to make these habits who you are. And whenever you force it's going to take a lot of practice and a lot of repetition. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take weeks, months, years for some of you. Okay? But you have to forge yourself into the type of person mentally with your habits and behaviors and the way that you think and your discipline in order to create this person physically. See what I'm saying? Mentally develops the physically. Do you get it? Do you get it? Mental gets the body. All right. So this person that we're referring to right now, the current you that feels fat, this fucker has to die. Let me repeat this again. This fucker has to die. And until that fucker dies, you're going to stay there. And I say this because this is what happens. A lot of times I get like new clients, right? And this is the mind. The mind is designed to keep you safe and secure and in your little comfort zone, right? What happens is I give them the most badass nutrition plan, the most badass workout plan. They got the baddest fucking coach on the planet, right? They got every single thing they need to get ripped in lightning speed. Okay? And what happens? What happens? So they're given the plan, right? But in their minds, they're still this person, right? And even though they've been given the plan, they're still trying to hang on to these old habits. They're still trying to include those old foods. They're still trying to include those old behaviors. They're still trying to include those old hitting snooze and missing workouts. They're still trying to keep these old habits, right? So what ends up happening is, guess where the results are? They stay here. They stay here. The workouts, like I said, it's nothing. That's 10%. It's 10%. So if you don't fix your habits, mainly speaking when it comes to your nutrition, okay, you're never going to get the body that you want. But if you do, you absolutely will, right? And understand this. You're not going to be perfect on this journey. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall off the wagon. You're going to go eat pizza one weekend and then you're going to get injured. And then I'm going to be like, I told you so, right? Because now you're inflamed because you ate some bullshit, right? So just understand this old you has to die and you have to develop into the new you, okay? You have to become the person that you want to become mentally before you get it physically. Your habits and your behaviors and your actions, the way that you think you have to already be behaving that way, acting that way, performing that way. And it will take time. And like I said, you're going to make mistakes. It's completely normal. We actually learn more from making our mistakes than we do from our successes. So as long as you learn from it, then it actually really wasn't a mistake. It was actually a learning lesson, right? So it's like a little quote that I live by. I either win or I learn, right? I don't ever lose. I either won, right? Or I lost and I got a lesson out of it. So I still won, right? Look at it like that. But when it comes to this journey of you wanting to feel good about yourself, you wanting to have great health, you wanting to be able to get the most out of this life, right? The most out of your health, wealth, and relationships, you got to be your best you. You got to show up your best you. You got to do the work. Because if you don't do the work, you ain't ever going to get it. And this is how you get it, okay? Master yourself. Show up for yourself every single day in the gym, in the kitchen. Track your macros. Create that calorie deficit. And you will, over time, turn into that person that you want to become. Understood? So that pretty much concludes this video for today. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.